is Ted McAvoy. I was in the Air Force in Vietnam working on Caribou aircraft belonging to 35 Squadron. They were a squadron of Caribou aircraft, which are made by a Canadian company. They were a STOL aircraft, short takeoff and landing aircraft. And I was a radio technician in the engineering side of things, keeping the aircraft flying. The aircraft, as you can appreciate, it's got lots of electronic equipment on board, including communications equipment and other bits and pieces. And it was our job to make sure that the pilots had serviceable equipment so they could contact various people, such as control towers, and artillery batteries on the ground, and issues like that. So mainly to keep their communications running. Like many other blokes, we have selective memory. I can remember some good things. I can remember some bad things. There's things I can't remember that my mates remind me of, and then I can recall them now after they remind me. I'm struggling to sort of remember how I felt over there. It was a job that we had to do, and we worked pretty hard, and we played hard too. Grog was very important. Because we're a transport squadron whereby we used to transport all different things around the countryside, from people to ammunition, to pigs, to cows, to people, anything that needed to be carried, we'd carry. For example's sake, we'd carry pallets of rice to resupply some of the little camps out near the Laotian border. But anyway, because it's a transport aircraft carrying people, we thought, well, this is a bit like an airline, isn't it? So because on the side of the aircraft was our rondel, which is a round indicator of what Air Force we come from, and in the middle of the rondel is a kangaroo. So we were known as the Wallaby Squadrons. Wallaby Airlines we became known as. And we thought, well, if we're an airline, we must provide some sort of decent booking service for our customers. And so at Tonsinut Airport was that sign there which said Wallaby Airlines booking agents. So the flights were very cheap. We were the first budget airline, I think. But the onboard hostesses weren't very pretty at all. As a matter of fact, they're ugly blokes. It's very typical of Vietnam vets that we can't talk about our experiences to the general public. We tend to open up amongst ourselves because we have shared experiences. And there's a saying on the side of the War Memorial in Canberra, the Vietnam Vets War Memorial. It says, if you weren't there, you can't understand. I'm convinced that all of us were changed in some way by our experience in Vietnam. So I came back very violent. I nearly smashed our bedroom up one night because I just lost my temper over some little issue. I can remember getting into fights in hotels because the attitude that a lot of the Australian young men had towards us guys, so I used to get into fights. So I was pretty violent. I can remember my wife saying to me that how much I'd changed since I'd come back from Vietnam, and I'm saying, no, I'm still the same bloke, I haven't changed. I had, but I didn't realise it and didn't face up to that for many, many years. So I know that I did change, and hopefully I've got over that. Like many other blokes, I've had counselling by the Vietnam Vets Counselling Service to face up to our demons, if you like, and I think I'm a better bloke now. Yeah, I know I'm a better bloke now. About 16, 17 years ago, a mob of us just thought that we needed to form an association. A lot of the other services had associations that they started, but us Air Force blokes in WA didn't have an association, so one was started. And it's been fantastic for us blokes to all get together and reminisce and on Anzac Day and Vietnam Vets Day, etc., and have a few beers. But then we realised that, yeah, us blokes can go and have a beer anytime, but the ladies were missing out. So they were invited to be part of our organisation, and what's been fantastic about that is that some of the ladies thought they were going through their troubles that nobody else had, and because these ladies have got together, they realised that my husband's doing the same funny things your husband is, with shared problems, and that's been fantastic for the wives of the partners. And they formed their own little social group they call the Girls Club, and they go out to various functions every couple of weeks. and it's fantastic. That's been a really good feature of the RAF Vietnam Vets Association. I think of camaraderie with my friends. We share secrets, we share jokes, we share good times and bad times. They're special people, and I'm glad to have met them and worked with them.